And we're back with the Get Your Ass to Work podcast. Today we're talking about the Zillow offers and death of the buyer's agent. This is an interesting topic because it's coming up in a lot of circles where people are starting to realize that they made a big fucking mistake a few years back when they decided to give Zillow all of the listing data. And what Zillow did with this listing data is created a platform for buyers that was so user-friendly that they captured all of the attention. And now buyers go to websites like Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, and Zillow has made a business off of selling our own seller leads back to us. So what they basically do is leads that come from our listings, our listing leads, meaning buyers that are calling on our listings, they take those leads and they sell them back to real estate agents. I mean, in what fucking universe did that make sense to anybody that we were going to give all of our information away for free for somebody else to market so that they could sell our own leads back to us? Well, it happened, and it's a long time past, so why even cry about it now? We've already fucked the goat in this case. Let's move on. Here's what's happened now. Now they're actually just buying homes. They have come out with an iBuyer program where they make instant offers on properties, and they are buying properties before real estate agents can even get a hold of people. And you know why this is happening? Because it's fucking convenient for sellers. It is convenient for sellers to call Zillow and their iBuyer program and to have Zillow come make a shitty offer on their house and to trade tens of thousands of dollars of equity in order to get an easy transaction. One of the reasons that's also happened is because real estate agents, a lot of them, do a shitty job. And people want to skip that real estate experience. It's the easy button. People want the easy button. They love the easy button. What does that mean? That means real estate agents are getting cut out of deals. And let me ask you this. If Zillow takes enough market share, do you think that Zillow gives a shit about agents? No, they're going to take that market share and then they are going to have the buyers come directly to Zillow and they are going to do the loans. Zillow's going to do mortgage. Zillow is going to sell them the house and real estate agents become a thing of the past. Okay. That may not be tomorrow, but it is around the corner that these kinds of challenges aren't even around the corner. They are right here in our fucking face and people aren't doing things about them. Now, if you're from the Reno area, you may not realize that it's happening yet because the Zillow iBuyer program isn't quite here yet, but it is in some other major cities. And I've talked to a lot of real estate agents who've said that this is something that is going to be a big problem. It's a huge disruptor. And in some markets, in some cities, Zillow has taken up to 10% market share. 10% of the homes Zillow has already taken. That is a huge cut out of the investors, out of the home flippers, out of real estate agents. And eventually, Zillow's goal is to be a disintermediary, meaning they're looking to get rid of the middleman. They are looking to go directly to the source to buy and sell homes and make all of the profit. So what are you going to do about it? Because the truth is, buyer's agency may not be around for very much longer. And I want to make this point, whether it is or whether it's not, whatever. You can say I'm full of shit. You can say it's never going to happen. It is true that more people than ever are using real estate agents to buy a home. That part is true. But what is also true is that there is not one other country, except for maybe Canada, I think, there is not another country in the world that does real estate the way we do, where there is a buyer's agent and a listing agent. Everywhere else has a listing agent, and they've all got it figured out. And guess what? Sellers are tired of paying fucking 6%. They're tired of paying 6% fees when they know that it's possible to just put their home out on the MLS and somebody will come and buy it. Look, they're challenging it, and there's a huge lawsuit going on right now that we've already talked about. We've talked about this lawsuit that eventually I think is going to probably happen, where The lawsuit is against the National Association of Realtors and a bunch of the big brokers, stating that there's coercion between the different brokers to price fix how much sellers have to pay in order to sell their home. Whether this is right or wrong, this part isn't up for discussion. I've got my own thoughts, but moving on from there, if buyer's agency goes away, what's going to happen? Let's talk about this. If you're a buyer's agent and you don't have the skills to take listings, you're out of the business. If you're a buyer's agent and you don't have the skills to convince someone to pay you 2.5% out of their own pocket, this isn't coming from the seller anymore. This is coming from the buyers. You can't help convince somebody that you have enough value that they should pay you 2.5% out of their own pocket and build it into their loan that they're going to pay for over 30 years. You're going to be out of the business. What is the safe solution? Become a listing agent. And you must become a listing agent. There's all these things that people say, all these silly things like list to last and buyers are liars. And it's basically become a listing agent, get your time back, and control the market. It is the listing agents that control the market. So this podcast really is about the possibility of the buyer's agents disappearing and what you have to do to become a listing agent. Because a lot of people have these questions. How do I become a listing agent? How do you get listings? Guys, this is really fucking simple. If you're a buyer's agent, and I've been around a lot of real estate agents. So guys, if you're a buyer's agent and you're listening to this, I am being brutally honest with you. You guys are fucking lazy, okay? Not all of you. Some of you work really fucking hard, close a lot of buyer's deals. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do what some of you buyer's agents do. But for the most part, the buyer's agent side of the business is extremely lazy. They want to be hand-fed leads. They want to be given business. They don't want to go out there and work for it. Not all of you. I know some of you are going to be pissed that I said that, but a lot of you are. A lot of you want to join teams so that you can get free leads, so that you get a fucking handout at leads, and then you don't have to fucking do active lead generation, and you don't have to cold call, and you don't have to go knock doors, and you don't have to build the side of the listing side of the business and build the skills of being able to take listings and being able to negotiate, being able to compete on a listing and appointment to get that listing. A lot of you don't want to do that. And you know what? It's actually okay that you don't want to do that. I'm not downing you if that's not what you want to do. And I understand why someone wouldn't want to do it. It's fucking hard. It's fucking heartbreaking sometimes losing on a listing appointment when you've got 50 sales this year and you lose to somebody who's fucking sold 2 homes just because they're their friend's fucking grandma who maybe had her license inactive and just reactivated it to help them sell this home, and you weren't willing to cut your commission down to a fucking 0.5% and offer 1% to a, that's the kind of shit that you have to deal with. And I get it. It fucking sucks. Sometimes working with buyers is easier on the front end, but can take a lot of your time on the back end. So no disrespect to any buyer's agents, but let's be truthful. Most buyer's agents, if not 99% of buyer's agents, would love to have more listings. Very few buyer's agents would say, no, I don't need any more listings. I'm good. I don't want to do that. Some of them are, but very, very few. So becoming a listing agent is very simple. You must be a proactive prospector. You must get up and run your life like it's a real business and a real schedule. Nobody just becomes a listing agent and stops working with buyers by accident. It is fucking intentional. Some people do a few deals a year on accident. That's okay. Becoming a listing agent where you no longer have to go out on your weekends and spend time driving buyers around and trying to get them to write fucking offers that actually make sense and won't get rejected because they're 50 to 100K under the asking price. Becoming a listing agent is not an accident. It is intentional. And the way that you do that is by getting into the office and lead generating every single fucking day for listings. It's a mindset switch. You've got to become an agent who is ready to build their skills, to go out and prospect, and to be able to compete on a listing appointment field. Now, I don't have time on this podcast to go through every single point, and I don't even know that you guys want me to at this point. I'm just throwing it out there. The iBuyer program could very possibly well get rid of all buyers' transactions pretty soon. And maybe if not all, then there will be very, very few buyer's agents left who are really, really good and their clients want to use them to purchase a home and are willing to pay them out of their own pocket. For the rest of you buyer's agents, a lot of you don't have enough value. This is the truth, man. Man, this fucking hurts for me to even say it, but it's true and you have to hear it. A lot of you buyer's agents don't have enough value to get somebody to pay you out of their own pocket 2.5% to 3% in order to represent them when they go to buy a home. Zillow is coming in with an easy button. Zillow is going to come in, hit the easy button, and people are going to start selling their homes with them. Zillow's going to come in and kick everybody's ass. And it's not just Zillow, guys. It's a bunch of different programs out there, a bunch of different websites that are starting their own iBuyer program. It's Open Door, Next Door, whatever it is. I mean, they're even doing the thing where you can go see homes now without an agent. Guys, if you don't think this is coming, you've got the blinders on. And it may not happen the way we all think it's going to happen, but things are going to change. So today we talked about what we think is going to happen and the possibilities of it. Let's be honest here. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. But one thing is for sure, and it won't change. If you're a listing agent and you control the inventory, you control the buyers. And if that's true, you need to become a listing agent and control those buyers. If you want to talk more about being a listing agent, just message me directly on Facebook. We can talk about how we can get you up to speed on being a listing agent. It is not chance. It is a decision. It is a decision to become a listing agent. You have to decide, and then you have to put in the work. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And sorry about that little cut. I don't know how that happened. I guess people must be calling me during this time that I'm trying to record this phone, and it cut out. But we will talk to you guys next week. Thank you always for tuning in. If you have questions, you hit me up directly. I'm here to answer. I'm here to help you guys get to the next level so you don't have to be a buyer's agent if you don't want to. Remember, it's all if you don't want to do that. If you want to do it, ignore me. Talk to you next week.